If you're looking at buying a graphics card, please wait. Watch this video first. Let's have a little talk. Welcome to Hacker Eyes, and my name is Sean Wilkerson, and today we're going to be talking about the 3000 and 6000 graphics cards, especially the 3000, because that's what I have the most information about. Now, the basis of this video comes from the fact that for a week and a half, during my live stream, the first week and a half, I had over 300,000 clicks from my stream to Amazon. My tiny new channel of 1,000 subscribers had over 300,000 clicks to Amazon. That doesn't count Best Buy, Newegg, AMD, ASUS, or any other of the websites that we were looking at. And over, I think, 1,500 people actually bought product. I know that's real nice to understand. At 300,000 clicks and only 1,500. Yeah, we know there's shortage available. That's not what this is about. But what it does tell me, there's a lot of emotional buying going on. So let's take a breath. Let's take a moment. I want to just briefly discuss of what I kind of see happening. NVIDIA releases a 24 gig version of a 3090. They release a 10 gig version of a 3080, which creates a synthetic hole there for plenty of other product. Even AMD understood that 10 gigs not enough. Yes, I understand NVIDIA said, hey, we researched and we found out that 8 gigs, yeah, we've heard it all. But see, sometimes action speaks louder than words. And when we know for a fact that NVIDIA sold pallets of product to miners, MINER, and when you look at the physical design of the Founders Edition and how they have a fan going one direction, they have another fan going the other direction. If you were to ask me, with my 30 plus years experience, all my degrees and all my et cetera, if I didn't know better, those cards are built for miners, not gamers. Think about it. We put them, and that way they all just funnel air, and then they all would funnel air. It's a brilliant design to move heat. But besides that, there is a big 14 gig gap, VRAM gap, for them to insert other products into. So we know those products are coming. We also know that it's hard to get products. And because this, people are assigning an emotional attachment to it, which I completely understand. I had 3 different occasions where I got to the AMD website when an alert happened on the stream, got a 5950X into my cart, even though I wasn't looking for that. I was only looking for a 5900, but I got the 5900 and 5950X in my cart, got all the way to the last button. You click it, you got it, and the site kept crashing. It no longer became about buying that CPU. It became about that I was robbed, and now I want validation. I want vindication. I want justice. I want that CPU. And so I was able to step back and go back and look at some of the reviews where the increase in performance just really isn't justified in the $250 increase in cost. Wasn't worth it. So step back. That's what I want to do in this video here. I know for a fact, personal experience, my son runs Cyberpunk 2077 on the 2060 and it runs fine. I have a friend. She has a twin of my tower, and she has the same Gigabyte Waterforce 2080, not a Super, not a Ti, a 2080. And when her computer exploded the side panel. I went over there to investigate because I wanted to make a video for you guys. And so I went into the BIOS. I assigned an XMP profile. I went to the game. I set it to ultra, and I was going to get that computer as hot as I possibly could. Couldn't replicate it, but I could replicate the fact that the case itself, I believe it was a fractal design. In fact, I know it's a fractal design. Was holding heat in the top of it with no other place for it to go. So over time, it shattered the glass. Bad design. But also just a bad choice of cases. But the point is, ultra settings, the max settings, her 2080 ran it fine. So, this is my personal experience. Go check out the reviewers. Go check out Linus and his team at Linus Tech Tips. Go check out Steve and Gamers Nexus team, the Devours, the Level 1 guys, Jay's 2 Cents. Check out all the reviews. Find people you trust and check out the reviews, and then kind of get a baseline of what this may feel like. Bottom line is, you can watch the reviews all you want, get all the information you want, but until you're actually looking at it in your situation, in your implementation, in your application, you're really not going to understand just how well it fits or not. Give you an idea. I compile code. I do analysis. I run SPSS. I run benchmarking software. I encode and decode video. I do pretty much everything on the computer outside of CAD, CAM, and 3D design. Pretty much everything else I have a hand in, and I do to some point. The only place my computer struggles, bottlenecks, is in Microsoft Office 64-bit version on a 64-bit version of Windows with 16 gigs of gaming memory, which should be more than enough, on my 320-page dissertation with 300 to 400 references in EndNote. I have to wait on that. Sometimes it chokes. It stutters, and I have to wait and just pray it doesn't trash and my last autosave's okay. That's a software issue. That's not a hardware issue. They need to streamline their software. But my point of this is what I have works, and it's working fine. Yes, I have a new computer. Yes, I have a 14 video series of this new computer, putting it together. Yes, it has 64 gigs of memory. Yes, it has a 9500X. Does not have a graphics card yet, which led to this video. In my mind, we have three strategies. If you're going to buy a new graphics card, just buy it. Get rid of the emotion out of it. But understand, buy only what you need. Add a little buffer in there for what you might need, because we're coming up to a generational jump, I guess you would call it. To me, computer generations are based on RAM. DDR1 to DDR2 is a generation. 3 is the next generation, 4 is the next generation, and 5 will be the next generation that we'll be walking into. I am assuming that this year we're going to see DDR5 motherboards. That's my assumption. PCI 5 has already been ratified, I believe, and it's already ready to go. I understand we just got PCI 4. But see, when we start doing these generational leaps, then chipsets are changed. This entire the bar is just slid up to the next level, and that's now the new base. And I believe that's where we're coming to. So if all of that's going to change, then what you're buying now may or may not be overly relevant in 2 years or 3 years. We don't know. Strategy one, just buy it. Strategy two, let's get some more information. We know new product is coming out. It's already been announced. NVIDIA has already said that they've got some stuff coming out. They've got some announcements, etc. We've already been kind of told, leaked or whatever, and take it with a grain of salt. I understand all that. About the 4,000 specs coming at the end of the year, which is supposed to be a lot better than what we've seen in the 3,000, which was a lot better than the 2,000. This is an exciting time. This is the first time this stuff like this has happened in a while. In fact, the AMD's computer I built was the first one I built in over a decade. I've been building Intels nonstop. But anyway, let's listen to the reviews on the next part. Let them compare to whatever version it's coming out, TI, Super, whatever's coming out, versus what we already have information on. If they're actually going to sell it at the increased value, at like $9.99 is what I've heard. I don't agree with that. I think that's ridiculous. But we have to go back to this synthetic hole that was created with this 10 to 24 gig jump. They set up other product in there and allows them the 3080 as it is right now set that low bar. The 24 gig 3090 set the high bar. If NVIDIA is looking for a really interesting and innovative way of building the next generation cards, they need to look at the Kingpin. In my opinion, that card's brilliant. I'm not talking about the overclocking stuff. I'm talking about putting a dedicated fan on the power end of the card where the power comes in and directly cooling that, but also having the water cool extension just overall. I think that's just brilliant. Expensive, but I think it's a great design. Let's find out if we're getting a 10, 5, 12, whatever the percentage is increase in performance, is it actually worth 50% more cost or 40% or 30% more cost? I don't think it is. That's just my opinion. But each of us have to make that decision on our own. But what I'm saying is hold off. Strategy B is to wait until this next stuff is released, it's announced, reviewers can get it in their hand and they compare it even to even. An Asus 3080 with an Asus 3080 Ti or whatever the company is. Let's get informed decisions. Don't rush to make an emotional purchase right now. If say the $9.99 is wrong, maybe they just put that as a feeler out to see what public opinion is. That corporations do that. Let's say it's $7.99. To me, that would make more sense for what they're offering because realistically, we're going to get a tiny bump in performance. We're going to get double the memory. We're basically paying for memory. Do you need the RAM? For most applications, no, you don't need 20 gigs. NVIDIA is right. But AMD is also correct. 10 gigs isn't enough. I know their analysis, everything else. 16 gigs would have been really, really nice. But see, if NVIDIA released a 16 gig version, then most of it would say, yeah, it's just 20. Don't need it. I've already got 16. But because they bought a 10, they created this lack, an emotional lack. Get rid of that. Look at what you've got going on right now. Look at your systems right now. Does it work for what you're doing now? Because if all you're going to change is your graphics card and you're going to keep doing the same thing that you're already doing, if what you've got right now is working, I would suggest you start putting $20, $30 a month away. Take the money that you would spend right now on the 3000 series. I guess we're getting into option C. Set it aside and wait till the end of the year when the 4000s come out, when the RDNA 2s from AMD come out. If what you've got right now is working for you right now, don't do anything. Save the money. Put it aside. Put it to something else. That's just my opinion. I'm sitting in the same situation. I have the money to buy this stuff. My wife told me to buy a 3090 that was $200 overpriced, and I'm the one that said no. When's the last time your wife told you just buy the 3090? Even if it's 200 overpriced, just because she's tired of watching you go through this search and watch the streams and watch all the conversations and watch all the stuff that's happening on the YouTube channel and the streams that we had going on of people trying to get these things. She should just buy it, just end this mess. I couldn't justify buying it because it's not that much more of an improvement over a 3080. The only thing I would be buying is the RAM. And I'm sorry, 14 gigs of RAM is not worth double the cost. Because that's what all I'm getting, correct? When you look at performance. Option A, just buy it. Pick one, buy it. Option 2, wait, get some more information when these next releases are coming out in the next few weeks. Make an informed decision. Logically and rationally look at what you've got right now, and if you have something that's lacking, if something that's, then get what you need to satisfy that. Option 3, wait. Wait till the end of the year. Supply chain should be straightened out a little bit better by then. Things should be a little bit less chaotic, and this 4-month wait we've already had, maybe we won't experience that later year. But even then, if you wait, you can definitely get a 3000 series at that point without any stress. You can just walk into your local box store or micro center or whatever and just grab it. Those are my suggestions. I hope this helps. If this video helped you at all, or if it had any value to you at all, click the like, subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of different topics that we're coming up with. I'm actually going to put a 14 video series up of me building the new computer. Fumbling through it, the mistakes, the things I was trying to rationale, figure out issues with the case, just different things, just jump on the video that you want. It's a thing that you're interested in and go from there. We have Patreon. We also have a direct way of donating. We thank you for everyone who's already taken advantage of those. We thank you for everyone who's subscribed and liked our channel and our videos up to this point. But our goal is to try to release at least 3 videos a week. And we're going to go from there. Thank you. Thank you for taking time to sit through this entire video. If you've gotten to this point, thank you for supporting us. If there's anything I missed, please put it in the comments. If there's anything I was wrong about, we all can be wrong. Use the comments. Let me know. Thank you for watching.